Tether is what we're talking about, right? Tether. Rap was the rebellious, revolutionary voice of the dissatisfied Black people of America, descendants of slaves, right? But then some other influence came in, or was welcomed, or was looked for, searched for. We need some other type of influence to come in here and contaminate and corrupt, dirty up, distract from that positive pro-Black, descendant of slave, pro-Black message. Even though we was pro-African, we was pan-African. We had the African medallions, but we also had the X medallions, the X hat and the X medallions. X was not an African thing, but we wasn't denying Africa. But at that time, the strategy of these enemies was not to pit us against our African brothers and sisters, or, you know, our brothers and sisters that's not from descendants of slaves. But whether we like it or not, our brothers and sisters that's from other parts of the world that have migrated here are being used. They are being used by this enemy to muddy the waters, to distract from what the descendants of slaves are owed. So that's why I kind of had to jump into the ring with this, because I wanted to show y'all something. If anybody like Luke is bringing up Malcolm X and Farrakhan, you can't bring them up without bringing this man up. This is the man. This is their teacher. This is the eternal leader of the Nation of Islam. And this is the program that's been on the back of the Muhammad Speaks and the Final Call ever since it was established. And if you see what's highlighted in blue, what the Muslim want, this does not talk about, and this is no disrespect, this does not talk about nobody else in the diaspora or the Caribbean islands. Number 4 says, we, what the Muslims want, we. And if you see this excerpt from the Message to the Black Man in America, we, number 4, want our people in America whose parents or grandparents were descendants from slaves to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of their own, either on this continent or elsewhere. We, specific people just mentioned, believe that our former slave masters are obligated to provide such land, and that the area must be fertile and minerally rich. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to maintain and supply our needs in this separate state or territory for the next 20 to 25 years. We've been taking care of the state of Israel for 76 years, 3 times that amount. So we believe our former slave masters are obligated to maintain and supply our needs in this separate territory for the next 20 to 25 years until we are able to produce and supply our own needs. Since we cannot get along with them in peace and equality after giving them 400 years of our sweat and blood and receiving in return some of the worst treatment human beings have ever experienced, we believe our contribution to this land and the suffering forced on us by white America justifies our demand for complete separation in a state or territory of our own. Do that make sense? Is that all inclusive? Every Black person that come over here that wants to benefit off of the blood, sweat, tears, sacrifice, torture, torment, terrorism that we suffered for the last 400 years here. So once we start identifying specifically what's owed to us, I'm going to bring up the receipts of the leader. I don't care who you believe in or who you think is the greatest or whatever. I'm going to give you the receipts from the leader. I'm going to give you the chronological order, the rank of importance, the rank, the first things first. It ain't about, how nobody feel about it. Don't bring up our champions for your agenda, especially if you ain't never been a member of none of these organizations. So that's what qualifies your little brother Cam as a rap pioneer, as a member of their age group. I ain't burnt out. You know what I mean? I'm so fresh and ready and fit. Somebody was ragging on me about you got some tight shirts on. I just got muscles. You know what I'm saying? I'm at home. These are my undershirts. But yeah, I'm 55 years old, and I'm a vet in this thing that we talking about, that we live. Y'all talking about it. Y'all just got a check and decided to promote some candidate. This is where we live. Bleed, sweat, cry, and die, and the other thing, folks. So I don't want it to be no misunderstanding, no, I'm not clear, I'm not sure, and whatever tether, like, what's worse? We can be all the N words and HOEs and B words and all of that and get rich and famous off of degrading our sisters, continuing to suck the poor, traumatized blood of our little sisters and daughters. I'm a father and a grandfather of Black descendant of slave girls. I'm not having it. You know, and I'm just a small little percentage of a whole nation and a whole army that's not having it. I'm just blessed enough to be from this circle. God put me in this field, this rap field, to be a star witness, a messenger, a warner, you know what I'm saying, a brother, a counselor, all of that. That's why I got to go on here by myself. Because ain't nobody inviting me to talk. Ain't nobody inviting me to be parts of their conversations or their interviews or their lives or whatever. Let me highlight you. Michael Brown. So Cam's on that FBA ADOS bandwagon. So again, I'll post this up for you real quick. That's what Cam on right there. That's what Cam on right there. So what year was that? What year was y'all born? Anybody want to question me on what I'm on? That's what I'm on right there. Anybody want to hop on here with me now and talk about it? That's what I'm on. You want to get me off of it? Hop on here with me. See if you can get me off of it. I'm here for if you call it ADOS or FBA or whatever, I don't know. I'm a descendant of slaves. This was before Tariq Nasheed was born. This was before everybody was born. I just posted it up. Excerpt from 1965, Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So whatever you want to call it now, that's cool. Whatever you want to call it, I'm that. Yep, with all that. Just like I'm a Christian, just like I'm a Hebrew, just like I'm a Moor, just like I'm a Muslim, I'm that too. Tether is what we're talking about, right? Tether. So Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X and Farrakhan clearly ain't tethers. Shit, they the anchors. They the foundation of this consciousness. So clearly that ain't what we talking about. So hop on here with me. You don't like me saying that? Yeah, I'm 100% ADOS or whatever you call it, FBA, yup, all that. And there are tethers, just like they ninjas and they 304s and they sellouts and they Judases. We got it all. Yeah, they exist. I don't know what Tariq Nasheed's motivation or what he on. Just like I don't know what Candace Owens' motivation is. I don't know who all kind of people motivation is. But if they telling the truth, I can defend their truth better than they can. Can you defend it against me? Can you prove me wrong if you disagree with me or them? Y'all just in y'all feelings. You know what I'm saying? Those that's on that, I don't care about no vote for no presidential candidate. That's people using our leaders and using our struggle to attach to that voting BS.